I gotta be honest with you, this is one of those moments where you sit back as a 49ers fan and you just feel that tension in your chest. You know something big is coming. You know this roster isn't fine the way it is, and you also know the next move could literally define the next few seasons. Because right now, this team has a very loud problem staring it in the face. Actually, two of them. On one side, there's a hole that shows up every Sunday when the offense needs a spark and can't quite find it. On the other side, there's a problem that shows up the moment the pass rush slows down and quarterbacks suddenly look way too comfortable against us. And the scary part? You can't ignore either one. Something interesting came out this week that really made me stop and think as a fan, not as an analyst. A move that sounds almost unreal, but also weirdly possible. And it forces the 49ers into a brutal question they might not be able to dodge much longer. Before we get into that, if you're watching this and you're a real 49ers fan, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. This channel is brand new, we're pushing toward our first 200 subscribers, and this is a space for fans who actually live and breathe this team, not just box scores. Alright, let's talk about the choice the 49ers might be facing. So here's where this really gets serious. The wide receiver room is clearly heading for some kind of shakeup. We all love Jawan Jennings, but we still don't even know for sure if he's coming back. Ricky Pearsall basically lost a huge chunk of the 2025 season, and that matters more than people want to admit. Development time matters, chemistry matters, and then you've got Kendrick Bourne hitting free agency, which means there's zero guarantee he's part of the future plan. Add in Jordan Watkins, who's still a complete unknown at the NFL level, and suddenly you're asking this offense to survive without a true game-breaking receiver. And yeah, we can talk scheme, we can talk Kyle Shanahan magic, but let's be real as fans for a second. This offense has felt like it's missing that oh no guy. The player defenses fear on every snap, the one who tilts coverage and changes how a whole game is called. Now flip to the other side of the ball. The edge rusher situation is just as uncomfortable. Michael Williams getting injured hurt more than people realize, because it exposed something we've been dancing around for years now. When Nick Bosa isn't wrecking the game, or worse if he goes down, this pass rush drops off a cliff. And I don't even need to go deep into the sack numbers. If you watched the games, you felt it. Quarterbacks had way too much time, especially in big moments. So when Tim Kawakami dropped those names in his latest column for the San Francisco Standard, it wasn't just clickbait. It was one of those, oh wow, that actually makes sense moments. Let's start with the wide receiver option, Justin Jefferson from the Minnesota Vikings. Kawakami says it's not out of the question, and that alone is enough to make your brain spiral. Jefferson is 26 years old. He's already one of the best players in the entire league, not just receivers, players. He signed an extension in 2024 that runs through 2028, which means if you trade for him, you're not renting him. You're building around him. The price, though? It's ugly. Kawakami floated 2 first-round picks, and honestly, that's been the consensus everywhere. And yeah, every 49ers fan immediately flashes back to the Trey Lance trade. That scar is still there. But at the same time, at least you know exactly what Justin Jefferson is. There's no projection, no maybe. He's a superstar. The problem is the Vikings side of this. Trading Jefferson would smash them with dead money, like a lot of it. It would actually cost them more to not have him than to keep him, which makes this feel unlikely unless Minnesota gets absolutely blown away by an offer. That's why it's probably 2 firsts, plus more. But then Kawakami brought up the other name, and this one feels way more realistic. Maxx Crosby from the Las Vegas Raiders. Crosby is entering the final year of his deal, and his season in Vegas ended weird, getting placed on injured reserve late. There's been a lot of transition with the Raiders, and Crosby has long been known as one of the 49ers' favorite players around the league. If he's moved, the Raiders take a cap hit, but nothing close to what Minnesota would eat by trading Jefferson. From a team-building standpoint, Crosby just makes more sense financially and structurally. The 49ers could trade for him, extend him, and suddenly you've got a terrifying pairing on the edge. That instantly changes the defense. That fixes a problem that has shown up every single postseason. Kawakami's take was interesting, though. If the 49ers could only get one, he'd circle Jefferson. His reasoning? The offense needs a true game breaker more than it needs another elite edge, and Jefferson is one of the top 10 players in football with years still ahead of him. I get the logic. I really do. That's why Jefferson would cost a fortune. But if you're asking me, fan to fan, sitting here thinking about windows, contracts, and reality, I'm taking Crosby. Crosby feels obtainable. Crosby fixes something immediately. And Crosby allows the front office to then go all in on offense through the draft and free agency without forcing a historic trade that could handcuff you for years if it goes wrong. This team needs both. There's no debating that. But if the choice is real, and we don't even know if either guy is truly available, I'd rather secure the defensive line, protect against the Nick Bosa nightmare scenario, and then build the offense smartly. Still, if the 49ers somehow pulled off Justin Jefferson, that would change everything. So now I want to hear from you. If it's Jefferson or Crosby, and you can only pick one, who are you taking and why? Drop it in the comments, hit that like button, and if you're a 49ers fan who wants real, honest conversation like this, subscribe to 49ers Nation Report. The channel's new, we're pushing for our first 200 subscribers, and this is just fans talking ball. Faithful, this offseason is about to get real interesting.